Hello and welcome back. Let's continue our practice with multiplying fractions that have mixed fractions. So let's take a look at this first problem. 1 and 12 over 13 times 3 and 9/10. Both of these are mixed fractions, so we're going to have to convert both of them into improper form. 1 and 12/13 becomes 13 times 1 is 13 plus 12, so that's 25 over 13. And then this mixed fraction becomes 10 times 3 is 30 plus 9 is 39. So 39 over 10. Now since they're both in improper form, we can simplify. 13 and 39, we can divide these by 13. So this becomes 1 and 39 becomes 3. 25 and 10 we can cross out. Divide both of these by 5. So 10 becomes 2, 25 becomes 5. Now we have 5 over 1 times 3 over 2. See how we simplified those really complicated numbers into much simpler numbers? This is when it becomes really crucial that you simplify in the right way. Now we can continue. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 2 is 2. Now let's simplify this and go from improper to mixed fraction form. So this is the answer to this is 7 and 1/2. Something else you should notice that it may not apply to this problem right here, but sometimes if you simplify one diagonal by a number and you can simplify even further, feel free to go ahead and cross out the new numbers, like cross out 1 and 3, and continue simplifying, because it's the same result as if you simplified originally by the larger number. So don't be afraid to keep simplifying if you didn't pick the greatest common factor in your first guess. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, so now let's do the next problem. 4 and 4/15 times 3 and 1/8. Let's convert both of these to improper form. So the first one will have a base of 15 and the numerator will be 64. This one will have a base of 8 and the numerator will be 25. Now let's simplify. So 15 and 25. Both of these can be divided by 5. And when you divide by 5, this becomes 3 and this becomes 5. 64 and 8. So I'll show you an example of not simplifying by the greatest common factor. Let's say that I didn't know that I could divide both of these by 8. So let's say I divided by 4 first. So this would be 2 and this would be 16. So now I have these two numbers, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can still continue simplifying these. So I can just cross this out, put 1 here, cross this out, put 8 here. And it's the same thing. It doesn't matter how many steps I took to get there. So you can just continue if you think you've messed up. Alright, so now we've simplified as far as we can go. We've got 8 over 3 times 5 over 1. Now we multiply across. This becomes 40. This is 3. Now since this is improper form, let's put it into mixed fraction form. So the closest we can simplify this, well, 3 goes into 40 13, right? And then we have 1/3 left. So our answer is 13 and 1/3. Now let's do the next one. 1 and 4/9 times 1 and 25 over 26. So first change to improper form. So this has a base of 9. The top is 13. Times base of 26. And the top is 51. Now we simplify. 13 and 26, we can divide both by 13. And 9 and 51, we cannot simplify. So we're going to have to leave that as is. Alright, so now we multiply across. So 1 times 51 is 51. 9 times 2 is 18. Our answer is 51 over 18. Oh, my bad. So we can actually simplify it. Just not by the number I thought we could. So let's simplify this and this by 3. So we're going to divide this by 3, which is 3. And then 51 divided by 3 is 17. Alright, so now we have 1 times 17, which is 17. And then 3 times 2, which is 6. Alright, so we did end up simplifying it. Now let's change this back into mixed fraction form. So this will be 2 and 5/6. That's our answer. Alright, and that finishes our practice with multiplying two mixed fractions together. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.